No, there's only one time to make a first impression, folks. This is Prolariat Gaming, formerly Sons of Nilbog movie podcasting of 3 episodes deep. So, to venture out to other avenues.
Or like the Velvet Underground, we only had one podcast, but everyone that listened to it made their own podcast or whatever.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, it's like they have one show, but everyone that saw the show is now in a band or whatever. It's like that. Everyone that listened to our podcast is...
Fuck. I forgot to say, it was Luigi's Mansion with the 4K patch.
That's all right.
That's the one we're playing.
To kick this off, our inaugural episode, we decided to do a personal favor to me and John's. This is Luigi's Mansion, released by Nintendo in 2001. It was a launch title for the GameCube back then.
Hell yeah.
I would have been 6 years old, so, 6-year-old Adam sitting down, parents still pretending to be happy, and going to hunt some ghosts with Luigi. We're actually using the 4K pack done by Enrico Magnifico. You can see on the screen there. He did a really good job with this. He also does other releases for Legend of Zelda games and some Pikmin releases. So if you like what you see here, go and check out his Patreon. He has texture packs for all sorts of cool things. So yeah, this is a game that me and John have been playing since we were 6 and 8 respectively. It's something that something that I like to think I'm pretty good at now. You can see I already got a couple of files here. I'm going to start brand new and fresh for you guys though.
Like I said, these are just the emulated ones too.
Yeah, this isn't even counting how much I actually played on the legal copy I paid for. But yeah, so this playthrough, I'm just going to kind of take it slow, take it easy. I'm not really going to go for speed run strats or too crazy completionist, some people get really into that. There's some things that I can do to shave seconds off my play time, but that's stressful, and I already lost all my hair, so I don't need more stress in my life.
We're here to,
Here for a good time and a long time. So, so to kick us off here, so Luigi gets a flyer in the mail saying, hey, you want a mansion? And he shows up, and, well, this is what he got. Technically, it is a mansion, so he can't be sued for false advertising under any of the current legal codes. So, yeah, we got Luigi wandering in here. He's checking it out.
I thought it was strange that Luigi insisted on the location of the mansion being in the Canary Islands. So it's outside of...
Just to be clear, this is not in U.S. jurisdiction.
It's outside of standard maritime law.
No, Luigi. No, I guess not. Why? It's little St. James Island.
He won't drop it.
No, for the last time, they can't arrest you. Stop asking me.
Well, okay, because I can't go back.
Okay, because my face is not to be seen in America. All right, so starting off here. We've already done one bad Italian-American impression. All right.
First of many.
So, getting started off here, so you can see, I got our flashlight here. This will be our major tool for hunting ghost. Not too important now, but
yeah, we'll see how that implements here shortly.
Yeah, first part, not a lot to do because we're just starting off. Kind of see a creepy mansion. Can't get through this block.
Those textures look so nice, too. Way to go, Enrico.
Yeah, another shout out to Enrico, because if you saw this in its original GameCube glory, you'd be like, oh, wow, this kind of looks like shit.
Honestly, though,
it still looks pretty good, but, I mean, we've had 20
nicely.
years of spoiled development.
That's true.
All right, so as you can see, not a lot we can go, only a couple doors. One's blocked off by that weird spider web, so I'm going to go ahead and try to go through this door as story dictates.
This shot here was my favorite on the GameCube, because it made it look so... I love how detailed the doorknob and hand was. I was picking up on shit. That's what I was looking at when we were wee lads.
There. Go down here, and oh no! So we see a vague apparition appear. Seeing as its hands are clearly free, it's holding the key in its mouth, which is a baffling design choice.
I never put that connection together.
I always thought its hands are clearly free, so... Alright, so we're gonna grab that key drop there. Alright. Alright, this animation will play every time Luigi gets a key because he's super psyched, so I'm going to grab that and head back up.
And whenever he picks up major items in general, I believe.
Oh, right? Yeah, you're right.
Like, or we'll see. We'll see when we get there.
We're going to take the key, and this time we're going to get a better animation that shows us... I like the reflection of his hand in the doorknob there. You see that?
Oh, now I do, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
I wonder if that's on the first one.
Oh, no way. Alright, so we're going to pop that door open there. Luigi, against his better instincts, is going to follow these ghosts here. I remember, like I said, all we know so far in the story is that Luigi won a mansion. And now he's in some kind of,
But he won the mansion...
Afterlife nightmare.
In the mail, by the way.
He won a mansion in a mail flyer. Back when people used the mail for things other than, solicitations. Alright. So introduced to this old man here. He's gonna get shit rocked. So clearly in our game so far, we've met Luigi, who has panic attacks, and the old man who, fell over. All right, let's meet this guy.
It's a real who's who.
Yeah, we're on the losing team here from the start. All right, this is Dr. Egad. Professor Egad. I'm sorry, I addressed him wrong.
Yeah, when he came over from Operation Paperclip, he lost that.
We're gonna go out to a shack where he's gonna measure Luigi's skull size for some reason. All right, so we see the condom ghosts have come back. There's a trio of them. We're outnumbered, and one of them rocked his shit, so 3 of them will end our world. We are going to flee to Egad's shack. That's where we are now. All right, so Egad's going to fill us in here. He's like, oh, where are we? We're at my ghost shack, my pervert ghost shack. So,
and it is very text heavy. Everything with Egad in this game is...
He's our exposition professor. He's actually the only one with dialogue for the most part, other than the ghost. So
yeah.
So he tells you the mansion disappeared a few days ago. The spirits have fooled Luigi because he didn't cleanse his house with sage, or Mercury's in retrograde, whatever my wife would say.
This game was made before gaslighting was invented.
And it's also not real now.
It's also, yeah, it's true. It continues to not exist.
So Professor Egad fills us in here. Man with a red hat, clearly that's Mario, went into the mansion without even stopping to chat, and he never returned. Was he a dream too? No, Egad, he was not. That's my brother. So, he fills in that the ghosts have thoroughly killed Mario, and he's now joined them. But don't worry, he will teach you to deal with the ghosts that are minding their own business in this mansion. Alright, so
but they won't teach him how to deal with the ghost of alcoholism.
The ghost within himself.
That Luigi turns to upon finding out Mario is dead.
So, 2 choices of controller settings here. Sidestep or standard. Some of the more professional speedrunning strats will suggest sidestep, but I'm here for a b-boy strat, not a speedrun strat, so we're going to do standard. Alright, so as you can see on my back now, I got the Poltergust 3000. This is, for lack of a better term, a vacuum cleaner that catches ghosts. Ghostbusters estate is still in litigation. So, you can kind of see here.
Ghost breaking.
One stick moves Luigi, the other stick faces the vacuum. And I honestly think this is one of the games that first introduced me to the concept of dual joysticks. One moves, one orients your character.
It took me forever to get the suck king down in this game, like how to do it right. Because you get one for motion, like Adam's saying, which I'm not even sure we introduce ourselves at all, but that's okay. Who cares?
So
the guy playing the game is named Adam.
Egad here is trialing me against one condom ghost. So the goal here, or the strategy, is to shock the ghost with our flashlight, surprise him. So I'm going to turn around and hit him quick, and then hit him with the vacuum. Pretty straightforward. So we deal with, most problems in this game is flashing lights in their eyes and assaulting them.
Yep.
So yeah.
Shoot him with the sun at your back.
That, and then you want to pull your control stick in the opposite direction of the ghost to get that health bar down there.
That was the hardest part for me to get. I think initially, and for the longest time, was the other control stick in the opposite direction of where you're sucking to kind of fight their, I guess, their health more or less.
And one thing Egad points out here is you have to surprise the ghost with the lights. It's not enough just to shine on them. So, like I said,
you couldn't just turn around and they'll do that. What Adam just showed there.
Kind of just vanish.
You have to. They know you're there. They don't know that you know that they know. Whatever that bullshit is. So you have to.
You can also suck multiple at a time here.
Oh, hey, if you get them grouped up.
That's yeah. Like I said, since I was 6, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been having that good suck since he was 6.
6-year-old Adam and the good suck. So, I could have done better. I wasn't really trying too hard, but so he offers us to go to his gallery. We'll go ahead and go. Normally I wouldn't, but I'll go ahead and show you fine folks.
How often do you get... Is it every ghost, or is it after every major ghost you get?
After every chapter boss fight, you can come back here.
Okay.
So you can kind of see on the wall, it's numbered. Obviously, it's all blank because we started the game, so...
Something will go in those frames here.
Yep, well, that'll become more evident once we play through the game, but just know for now, this is the gallery. It's a safe space for Luigi.
And,
got these cool haunted angel statues that will flap their wings if you hit them. That's a fun Easter egg that you only get from Pro Lariat Gaming.
That's right.
But anyways, so you can kind of see just as the gallery, like I said, it'll become more clear what this is for as we progress in the game. But let's go ahead and for now, just go ahead and talk to EGAD to get out of here, and we'll get to the main game. I can ask him some questions here. These questions are boring. We're not going to go through them. Where am I? We're in the gallery. I covered that for you. What's a Game Boy horror? I'll show you. So let's go back to the lab.
And GB stands for Game Boy.
That's oh god,
That was my.
that's his contribution. Also
That's my
something that probably is worth mentioning since Game Boys haven't been a thing in oh my god, almost more than a decade. The
DS was like 2005 or so.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, we're dying rapidly. Okay, so we're back in the mansion. This time a little better prepared. Luigi has
even existential horror. We're
as we shake up the existential horror of the age of the Game Boy, we'll move on. So you can see we got a crying Toad here. These guys are scattered throughout the game. Again, if I was doing a speed run in strat, I would ignore him, but since I'm not, I'll go ahead and talk to him. The purpose of these guys is to save your game, so go ahead and give him a chat. He's sobbing. You have to talk him through it, talk him off the ledge. Toads are naturally suicidal. But anyways, so he will come here, and once he sees you, he's happy to see Luigi for some reason. It's a first. But anyways, so he'll talk you through. He's like, I'm freaking out, man. Toad didn't see him. He's crying again. As you can see, they're incredibly mood swingy. Borderline personality disorder.
Yeah, he claimed to be a good trip sitter.
He said, don't worry, man.
Oh,
Cool.
I'm not gonna do it. I'll just hang out with you guys.
So anyways, you can tell him goodbye, which seems kind of cruel because he'll just sit here and keep crying, which, while funny, is not productive at the end of the game. Or you can say leave it to me, which will reassure him. Yeah.
We got you, Toad.
Alright, so that'll make the lights come on in the room, and then he will offer to save your game, which we can go ahead and do. Like I said, if we were running this, I normally wouldn't, but we'll go ahead and do it now. Alright, so that's what talking to a Toad does. That'll probably be the last one we talk to, just because, like I said, he's mostly used for saving, and we have lots of other opportunities in the game.
And now
to
you
save.
can see in Luigi's left hand the Game Boy horror.
Yeah, you can also see another fun Easter egg. If you stand underneath that chandelier, it does that. I'll try to show you as many Easter eggs as I can remember in this game here, but that's one of them. But yeah, so let's take a moment here and look at the Game Boy Horror. You can see my bottom right corner of my screen. I have a new object in my HUD. That's the Game Boy Horror. It's kind of like Luigi's personal device. Every game has it. It's his inventory tracking, personal digital assistant.
What do they call it in Fatal Frame? The camera obscura, or something like that.
Yeah, it's just camera obscura. But so it functions as a camera.
It's the equivalent
Game
of
Boy
that
Horror.
for children.
Scanning things in the environment. Luigi will comment on them.
Which this here too, I love this shot because the Game Boy casing, you can see like up top there is kind of like the see-through, like the I don't know.
Yeah,
just a little touch of
for
details.
Me, a throwaway ghost hunting game. That's little touches. I'm gonna show you one more cool little Easter egg while we're here. Not really even an Easter egg. It's kind of a trick you can use throughout the game. So you see the mirror here. If you go into camera mode again, scan the mirror. You'll see the screen gets real weird here for a second. Now, obviously, it didn't look like do anything because we're already down here, but if you do that to any mirror in the game, you'll be teleported back here immediately. Again, some speedrunning strats use that to cut time off, but I'm not smart enough to plot that out in my head, so I probably won't be using that productively in this run, but it is something cool. I always thought that, yeah, you can do that to any mirror in the game, you'll be teleported back here.
Yeah, for supposedly being like a Black Sheep-ish entry, because this was a launch title, or if not a launch title, very close.
I believe it was.
For the game.
I think I had. It was one of the first ones I had along with Pikmin, which was awfully stressful.
I think it was like this and like Rogue Squadron,
that sounds right.
whatever. Which those great games to launch with. I was saying, yeah, but in spite of Luigi's Mansion being supposedly kind of the black sheep of the Mario franchise, there's a lot in this game they put for you. It's there's a reason we love it. It's not just nostalgia. I mean, it's
a lot of it is.
80% of it is, sure, but I don't know. There's a lot of quality that goes into this, and I don't know, ways to get genuine spooks into a Mario game. I don't know. It just works.
So, as you can tell, while John was talking, I was gathering some money. My natural grubbing instincts came into play. There is money in this game. It can be found, just kind of tucked away anywhere in furniture, in chandeliers, inside vases.
You'll be seeing Luigi hump
You'll
and
be seeing
grab
Luigi
everything.
aggressively hump probably a
pound
couple
on.
hundred times throughout this run. So it's all in the name of getting money, though, so don't worry, it's cool.
Because you ultimately get a score, and that goes into it, is how much of this money you're able to pick up.
Now, this scene was my first spook as a child in a video game. Like, oh, man. This is real scary. So these portraits will shake and talk to you and threaten violence upon Luigi. Alright, and you get ambushed by some ghosts. This is the first real fight in the game, not counting Egad's little gallery warm-up. But luckily we know how to deal with these guys now. We're just gonna, hit them with the flashlight and give them that good stuff. The double vacuum seal 3000 So like I said, we know how to deal with them now. We're just gonna kind of pop in here intermittently. As you can tell, every time they show up, Luigi does that little spook animation, which you think you get over it after the 100th time it happens to him. But nope, he's just gonna keep working on it. So, like I said, though, we're a little more experienced in ghost hunting now, so we're gonna kind of easily mop up the floor of these guys. And as you can see, a blue treasure chest popped up. These blue treasure chests usually contain keys. That's kind of the main method of progression through the game, is unlocking locked doors with keys. You can also see the lights came on. That's another way of tracking your progress through the game, is turning the lights on in the mansion.
Kind of let you know that you've, in a way, beaten the room.
Yeah, it's kind of like lighting a bonfire in Dark Souls, It's a safe place. Ghosts can't survive in light, obviously. Of those of you that know your ghostology.
Your cryptozoology, right? Would that fall under that?
No, ghosts are real. So
I hope so.
they have to be.
It'd be so much more interesting if they were.
So, that screen coming up here. So when you get a key, it'll pop up in your map screen. It'll show you what door you just unlocked or got a key for. So you can kind of see there's Luigi. I'm in this room here. That door right up to my top right there in the northeast corner, that's going to be our next destination. Yeah, but this is another part of the Game Boy Horror other than camera, kind of a map function here. So thankfully, given that I had nothing else to do, I know mostly where I'm going now, but so I probably won't have the screen pop up too often, but it's something to show you that there is a pretty easily navigatable map here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop through this next door, and we'll keep progressing through the game. So you can see, just a little animation. I'll probably skip this animation in the future, but just to give you an idea. Imagine if you couldn't skip this animation. Really good sound design, too, like the creaks of the doors and just little stuff. So you can see we're locked in this room now. We've got door thorns going on, but that's alright. We're going to tussle with some ghosts here. This will also introduce a new kind of ghost. I'll mention that once it pops up. Alright, so we got these little pink guys here. They have higher health than the orange guys. Their punches will do a little more damage, but the strategy for, ending their afterlife is about the same. Just shock them and bag and tag them. So yeah, new ghost type. There's probably, maybe like 5 or 6 ghost types in the game, not counting the bigger portrait type boss ghosts, which I'll describe once we get to them, but
Yeah, that sounds about right.
yeah,
Less than 10.
Yeah, these little guys make up the meat of the game. They're not too hard, like I said, once you know how to deal with them. Do it once here. They drop these hearts. Those are your health restoratives. I haven't taken any damage yet, so I don't need them. I'll just grab them here. In the interest of completion, I will go ahead and open all these drawers. That's how you get most, or a good source of your money. I shouldn't say most, but a lot of these will often contain coins or dollars or gold bars that will, at the end, increase your final score. Go ahead and clear these out now, so you can see the gold bar there. Alright, and we'll go ahead and progress to this room. This door wasn't locked, so we'll just go through it. Alright. And same kind of deal. We're going to kind of hang out here and deal with the ghosts that pop up. There's another new kind of ghost in here, as well as a secret ghost I'll show you once we get to it. Alright, so you see the green fella there in the back there. He's eating bananas throwing them out. It's called Banana Ghost. So these guys have higher health, but their only method of attack is throwing bananas that hopefully you'll fall into. So, as you can see, you guys are sucking them up here. He's throwing bananas out for me to trip on because he's a dastardly Looney Tunes type villain. Fortunately for him.
The Acme Ghost.
Wily, coyote ass, looking ass. As you can see, I'm sucking this guy. Orange is taking some blows, but I'm floating like a butterfly, staying like a bee. Got him wrapped up. Alright. These bananas will disappear after a while, otherwise you can suck them up. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so Random ghosts stop showing up. I'm going to show you one of the secret ghosts here. So we're going to go ahead and open this wardrobe. Bap, bap. All right, blue guy here. Blue guys are money ghosts. These are the same model as the orange one, but they're blue. And once you capture them, they drop a whole bunch of money. So, you know, always on the lookout for those guys. They're hidden in some rooms have them, not all rooms. So try to find as many as we can here on this playthrough.
I honestly did not know that.
Yeah.
The 30th time watching you play this.
So, yeah, so there was a hidden ghost in there. Nothing in this one, but the final ghost in the room is hiding out in here. Pop that open. There he is. Pretty simple. Just a 1 and 2 is on. No spice on for us. All right. So that's another room cleared. Like I said, we'll go ahead and do a quick clear of this room. Just check for any spare money. If we were trying to go fast, obviously it wouldn't bother. But like I said, we're here for a good time. Grab the key. Normally on a private me and John run, I would skip this next room, but I'll go ahead and show you here. This is the little balcony. Not really much to show here. There's a crying toad, and again, we derive pleasure from it. We're gonna let him cry because
he is recompensing for past sins.
He knows what he did, and Virgil will not help him.
Yeah, we legally cannot say what he's done, but
litigation's still pending. He knows what he did.
He will not be seeing Purgatorio.
straight
or Paradiso. Yeah, no, he's
all right. Yeah, this really does look really good.
And I was wanted to notice too in that last mirror, Schifferobe room you're into. It's something simple, but I don't know how you can praise silence, but just the way they can create that atmosphere of it just being dead quiet and nothing. You have to that's probably about as scary as you can get for a kid's game, I suppose, but just still very effective. Like simple, like no duh kind of stuff, but just how well it works still.
Alright, so we're going to get a message from our Mr. Egad here. He's going to warn us about some stronger spirits. These are portrait ghosts. So, in a past life, Egad captured ghosts and turned them into portraits, which is a baffling business model, but he did it, and now we have to deal with the consequences. Those portrait ghosts have escaped, so part of our job in rescuing Mr. Mario is going to be hunting down these portrait ghosts and, exorcising the demons, so to speak. So we're going to go into here where he's warned us about stronger ghost. And we're going to get to business. Alright, so it's another dark, creepy hallway. The first door here is one's unlocked, so we're going to pop on in and meet our first portrait ghost. Alright.
Nice. Always love seeing a rocking chair go by itself.
Yeah, so you can see,
oh god, Nigel's
chair's haunted, books are flying at us. This is the library here, and this guy's name is Neville. He's the bookish ghost. He's the first portrait ghost we meet. So portrait ghosts are kind of like bosses. They don't just follow the same strategies as the normal ghosts. You can't just shine a light on them and suck them up. Ain't that easy. Each one has a little, I'm going to call it a puzzle. Maybe not the best word, but each one has a little puzzle you need to figure out to beat them.
A pattern, sure.
A pattern or something, yeah.
A gimmick, maybe?
Yeah, so the way to find out that gimmick, if you're not like me and have beaten this game already. So you can see if we open up our camera here, we got a good view of Mr. Neville, the bookish ghost. You can see his heart. What we're going to want to do is, and has some horrifying implications if the ghost has a beating heart still, but we're going to move past that.
It has a heartbeat at 3 weeks.
But yeah, so you can see a purple text box. This is his internal thoughts when we scan his heart. Ideally, what it's supposed to do is give us a hint on how to beat him. So his was, I can see you, but you cannot see me. So implying if you look away from him, he'll show up. So that's how you beat him. I'm not going to take him out quite yet, though. We're going to do some other stuff in this room real quick. Pop these open. Really, the only threat in this room is from those flying books. So, I mean, if you're just cognizant of those, he's not going to do anything. He's content to just sit there and read the book.
And I think at most, 2 at a time come out, like from different directions. Like I think it's nothing too crazy.
But what I wanted to point out here especially, keep dodging. Oh, that one got me. See, first damage of the game. Now, I won't lie, I'll probably take damage in this game, but if I die, I'm going to uninstall and never play again. I don't think I've ever died in this game.
I will, yeah, and I'll take him out back. And
yeah, it'll be my time to pasture. But anyway,
he will not see Valhalla.
What I wanted to show you is this hunk of cheese here. I'm going to scan this cheese. What it's going to do is going to summon... I need to get a little closer. What that's going to do... Jesus, come out. There we go. So it's going to spawn a little mouse ghost. Mouse ghost function kind of like the money ghost earlier. They spawn a whole bunch of money. So you just find the lunk of cheese in the room, scan it, and pop yourself a money rat. I don't know what the correlation between rats and money is in Japanese culture, but clearly there's a strong one. So we did that. Got mopped up here. You can see we're doing pretty well financially here to start off with.
We got that hustle and grind set.
Yeah, we woke up and
we got that passive income.
I don't even talk to my wife anymore because she doesn't have that grind set mentality. So we're gonna wait for this guy to yawn. As soon as he yawns, we're gonna, end his quiet afterlife reading books and put him in a vacuum cleaner. I don't claim to be the hero here, but
it's
very questionable.
As an adult, you can tell from the beginning now how the ethics, I guess, of all of this and
that questionable ethics of denying ghosts their afterlife.
Of the entire game, and how they're just minding their own business. And,
So, sucked him up. Got our key here. Map's gonna show us where to go next, and that's the bread and butter of the game, is hunting those guys down and going room to room. So, that's our first portrait ghost. Not too bad, as you can see. One more thing I want to show you here. Last feature of the Game Boy Horror. After you capture a ghost, you get a little bio here. I'm going to pop him open. Gives you an age, which I always thought was horrifying. I didn't need to know that he was a young father that died.
Yeah, man.
Don't know why they did that, but it gives you a small little bio and gives you a portrait of your recently exorcised demon. So, that's the last feature of the Game Boy Horror. I probably won't check them all out, but actually I might. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. Anyways, you can see there's more ghost mice on the ground. They're only dangerous if you step on them. Just walk around them. More of a nuisance than anything. Alright, this is the next room we unlocked here. We're going to deal with Lydia, or her name correctly. Can't see her yet. There she is. Alright.
Oh, she's a real firecracker.
Yeah. She looks like she'd be in a slightly older man. Slightly. Not too much nuance to this. She's in the master bedroom here. What we're going to do here is, I could scan her, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to show you how to beat her, because that's the kind of guy I am. So, what you're going to do here is, you see the curtains blown in the wind. That's weird. See, she's very vain, working on her hair. Like all women.
Yeah.
So I'm going to open the window here. It's going to get extra drafty. Wasn't that drafty earlier, but okay. This will stun her into showing her heart. I missed it there, which is fine. I wasn't too worried about that, because all we got to do is just do it again. So, let the wind in. She will be flustered, and then we will drain her. One thing to note here, you see pearls popping out of her. That's another form of currency that can only drop on the portrait ghost while you're grabbing them.
I forgot to mention it last fight with Boku's father.
That's true, but that's right. It happens for every fight.
The mini mushrooms that come out, too.
I'll mention those, too. Those are horrifying. Ideally, if you do everything right, you should get, I believe, 9 pearls per ghost. So far, we're doing good on that. Like I said, we're going to keep the grind up. I'm not going to bother with the map because I know where I'm going. And so will you if you just keep watching. Alright. This is another part that got me good and stuck when I was a child. This is the ghost Chaucy. I don't want to spoil it, even though we're going to go in here in 3 seconds, but it's still kind of weird to put this in a nominally a children's ghost hunting game. So we're going to pop open the room here. And look, it's a nursery. Based on what you know about the game so far, look, it's a dead baby. So this is games that introduced me to the concept of SIDS. So we got Chauncey here. He's a dead baby. He's a ghost now. I think it's implied that he's the child of the two his parents I just, imprisoned. I'm not sure if it's canonical, but hey, it's in my headcanon. So Chauncey's just floating here. Like I said, no real threats yet. Nothing too interesting in this room. No hidden ghosts, no nothing. Something to note, Chauncey is considered the boss of this chapter. In every boss's area, there's always a hidden heart that will restore, I believe, 50 of your health. So I'm sure that's right here. Pop it open. Heart. So we'll have full health for this fight. Not that we necessarily need it. But yeah, so this is the first boss. We're about to wrap up chapter 1 here, so let's get going. So to trigger this boss fight, what we need to do, actually I'll show you here, scan his heart. Horsey, Rocky Horsey. Gives you a pretty good idea. It's pretty straightforward. And look, a rocking horse.
Those were his final thoughts.
Those were his final thoughts before the pillow went on.
Yeah.
So we'll rock his horse here. That pisses him off. Makes him colicky. He's gonna get out of bed, and again, he's literally a dead baby. This is horrifying. 6-year-old Adam is not okay with this, for the record. So yeah, he's gonna cause a ruckus, throw some bears at us, do some exorcist type stuff. We're gonna have to shoot a baby at this infant, or shoot a ball at this infant. Excuse me. It's gonna bounce off his head, and that's not the end of it. He is now going to. You see, he's putting a hex on us. Small. We're going to transport to his battle arena. As you can see, we're in a nightmarish, hellish version of his crib here, so let's get this going. We are small, and the baby is big. The boss baby. This predates Alec Baldwin, for the record.
By so many years.
By several years. Alright. That was our first boss fight here. He's pissed, and he needs to be put down for the sake of his parents' marriage.
It'd be kind of a pain in the ass fight. Not too bad.
Yep, this is definitely where I got stuck at first. Took a 7-year-old Adam spending an afternoon at Target reading the guides to figure this out. So first off, he's going to send some... for those that don't know, they used to print out how to beat games on paper, and you could buy them.
It was the best thing ever.
It was sick. Sometimes your parents just left you to read them.
It was awesome. Yeah.
So Chauncey has a couple attacks here. He'll send some rocking horses at you, and once that's done, puts the balls in. So we're gonna hit him with the ball again, and then we're gonna get him into his good baby suck cycle. That wasn't very good. That was only knocked 23 off his 100 health there, but like I said, not too worried about performance here. We're just having a good time. Once you do that, he'll do a little bit of a slamming attack. Pretty easy to avoid. Follows a pretty obvious pattern here. So we'll just let him do that. Then go back to the rocking horse attack. Again.
Yeah, he doesn't change it up a whole lot.
No, the only thing that changes, and I only know this from watching other speedrun strats, is that if you get him below 50 health, he actually adds more cycles to his little rocking horse attack there. So a common speedrunning strat is to keep him above 50 health and then knock him out all at once. So, but again, I'm not going to do that because...
Now, off the top of your head, Adam, do you remember the fastest time you were able to beat this? I thought it was around 3-ish hours, wasn't it?
Roughly, I think my fast, if I'm really trying, is about 245-ish, maybe a little 240. It's been a while since I've actually tried it. I've never actually done it using genuine speedrun strats. It's mostly just hey, I remember I can do this a little bit quicker. I mean, speedrunning, it's impressive in itself, but sometimes you get to the point where it's oh yeah, I turn off the flashlight every time in a specific instance because it saves me 3 seconds over the course of the game. It's I don't know, man. So you can see there,
at what point is the game playing you?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I play the game to have fun, ultimately, so we're gonna do one last cycle of baby beating here. This should be it, unless I'm real garbage. It's not. Alright.
Congratulations, baby. You get to die twice.
Alright,
You've died twice more than you got a chance to live.
Yeah, I say we just curse this baby back to eternal damnation. Yeah. And so you can see the nursery's nice and clean, and we got this nice, cool, big gold treasure chest. This is chapter clear, so that was chapter 1. We're gonna grab this here, and that will be the end. You can see. Alright, Egan makes contact with us saying, hey, good job, you beat the shit out of a baby. But your vacuum cleaner is full of ghost, which is a baffling design flaw and opens more questions about what they're made out of. But we'll go back to the GAD lab here, and he'll show us his portraificator. Portrification. Yeah, what this does, it turns ghosts into paintings, which this is his life work, and I'm like, dude, you couldn't have done fusion or anything else. It's dumbass shit, idiot. So you
Not
plug
everyone
it
in
into
STEM
the
is brilliant.
Yeah, this is what scientists demand your respect for, shit like this. So we'll plug it in, it goes into the washing machine type thing here. Again, this was a ghost baby that we just captured that we're now bringing to a washing machine. You are the hero. Do you feel like the hero, Luigi? You're still the hero. Watch what else we do, too. Again, this was a baby. Alright, so we're going to stamp the shit out of it, shock it. Dr. Egad Megala here is thrilled. And then portraits. So
And
yeah.
Luigi Gobbles is like,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
like, this is fine.
is he the designer?
He was the propagandist.
Yes. No, this is totally fine.
This is cool. All right, so you can see we got some badass portraits out of the ghost we just banished back into. So we'll take a look here.
A nice little chapter recap.
Yeah, so we'll take a look. So yeah, we got Neville, Lydia, and Chauncey. Now, one thing to note, you can kind of see the color of the frames there. All three of these are gold. At the end of the chapter, you'll get a ranking on how well you did against each ghost. That's usually based on how many pearls you got, so or how you performed in general. As you can see, I got the gold frame on all three of these, which means I did pretty good. Not to pat myself on the back too hard, but anyways, and also
and I believe it takes time into consideration.
I believe
too.
so.
Like how long it takes you to fight them, and if you avoid hazards and are able to get the pearls
rock
and such.
So you can kind of see a recap of my money here. So
doing good so far.
that is chapter 1. So we'll go ahead and clear chapter 2 here before calling it a wrap on this video for the day. All right. So we'll go back to the mansion here. All right, and we're back. Okay, so with that cool key we got from Chauncey, what we can do now is go through this previously scary thorn door. Go ahead and pop that open. All right, and we're moving. All right, new area. So pretty much same deal as before. I got some bats here. They're just a pest. Just avoid them. Don't you? But yeah, also seeing some more nuisance ghosts, like you call them. You can kind of see it get selected immediately, but if you're not paying attention, they can definitely trip you up here while you're traversing the hallways.
RN ghosts.
That, honestly. So yeah, so you can kind of see there's all sorts of these little guys. You can suck them up if you want to. Not really gonna do any good. They'll just respawn in a matter of seconds, but if it makes you feel better, then by all means. So you can see, you know, occupied in that room there.
Luigi's an active pervert.
Yeah, Luigi's trying to go to the bathroom. Yeah, so we'll go in here first. Just the bathroom.
He'll go into a separate bathroom.
He'll just keep trying bathrooms until he finds one he likes. New kind of ghost here. These guys like to come up behind me, Luigi, and put him in chokehold. I'll actually let him do it because it doesn't hurt you. I see it's more just weird. He's just being strangled. Yeah, that's their method of attack, is doing no damage. It's a choice. Anyways, we'll go ahead and wipe these guys out. Get a good twofer there. Alright. Get a message from Egad. Specifically warning you about these ghosts, which I never really understood. He doesn't really explain how to fight any other ghosts. It's just this one that he's like, oh, I'm going to tell you how to fight this one. Which, you know.
Very selective with your advice.
Yeah, very selective with the advice there, Mentor Egad. But I digress. So we're going to grab the key from this room here. We're going to head on down that way. And here we go. Alright, so we're going to dodge the little nuisance ghost here. Like I said, not a whole lot of point. Heading on down. Got bombs, throwing bowling balls.
Noise they make too.
Alright, so we got our next room in here. We got some, I guess you'd call them Shy Guy ghost. I mean, if you're familiar with the Mario franchise at all, but otherwise another kind of ghost here. They dance with each other, got their bidents. Go ahead. Strategy here is just to, you know, not get stabbed by them and suck their mask off. So you can hear a little wiggle sound. Once the mask is off, you'll have a crisis. And,
you remove their mask and say, I can fix you.
Yeah.
Show me the real you.
You don't have to be afraid anymore.
Unless you're that Rocky guy from the movie Mask.
There's a limit.
Yeah. In that case,
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and wipe off these last guys here. Like I said, not overtly complicated, more just a nuisance. Lost that guy, that was good at him. Not a big deal though, they'll just respawn here and we'll just deal with them again.
I like the multi stuff.
It is nice.
The efficiency part of me has always appreciated that.
Alright, so our next portrait ghost here. These are the, what are they called? The Dancing Rolindas?
Oh.
Something like that. Yeah, they just kind of dance here. To get them, you kind of just need to be on the rotating ball floor with them. Otherwise, you can't see them. Once our man here does his finishing move, like such. Not a lot of strategy there. Just be on the ball floor with him and wait until he does his, I don't know, not a dancer. We'll call it a
T-pose?
Yeah, he T-poses on his dancing partner. So, strategy. There. Bada bing, bada boom. Another key, another day, another dead ghost. Keep moving on. Get all the pearls, make sure we get that, get those good ratings. Get our key, and we will go on. And this next room is where, what our English teacher would call rising action occurs.
On the hero's journey.
On Luigi's hero's journey to redeem himself. Alright, so just storage room here. We'll deal with some pretty rank and file ghosts real quick. Alright, these guys also choke, but you notice they're red. They actually will hurt you, so I'm not going to let them choke me for demonstration purposes. It's also unclear if Luigi consented to it or not.
I bet he's into choking.
He does kind of have that sub-younger brother energy, beta behavior. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just mop up here. Nothing too crazy or complicated. Alright, cool. So, as you can tell, nothing happened in this room. Well, that's weird. As you can kind of see, on the note, you can't see this in the non-4K version of the game, but you can kind of see how there's an area behind the wall here. Again, you cannot see
Look
that.
in the foreground? That
Yeah.
part you're talking about? Okay.
Yeah, you can kind of see how there's the end of the wall. You can't see that in the non-4K version. It would look more like that. You couldn't really tell there's part. So anyways, so what we're going to do here is, if we look, you can kind of see in the mirror there, not super well, but you can kind of see, I'm trying to get a good view of it. There we go. There's a button here. It says don't push, which, you know, duh, we're going to push.
I'm going to push it.
I'm pushing. So, the wall moves, which we're in a haunted mansion, so this isn't even the weirdest thing we've seen in the last 10 minutes. So, wall moves, and we're open up to the rest of this room here. We go over here, we see an ominous poster. It says, ooh, danger. And we got some ominous figure locked behind bars here.
Was your first thought Batman also? Because mine kind of
It is now. So, yeah, nothing we can do here. You can kind of see there's a little bit of a button underneath the poster there.
Oh, I see it now.
We're going to grab this poster off the wall. And keep pressing buttons, because that's just what we're going to do.
It worked out so well last time.
Opens up a trap door, and oh, by God, it's a bunch of booze. This is rising action, ladies and gentlemen.
The last button you pressed, you just moved the wall.
Yeah, this is escalating series of buttons. So, yeah, you can see we got King Boo here in the crown. He's king because he has a crown. That's not what he wants. But, yeah, on top of Portrait Ghost, Rank and File Ghost, now Luigi has unleashed booze into the world. The Pandora's box of another ghost. Egad will reach out to us, being real freaked out about it, and he's like, oh, shoot, the boos are the ones that released those ghosts originally. So it turns out the boos are the whole problem this whole time. So now, on top of fighting all those other kind of ghosts, Luigi has a new task. So Egad will recall you to the lab here. He's like, ah, the boos took your brother. So now you must beat up the boos for vengeance for your dead brother.
Yeah, the way the Boo hierarchy canonically works, if those are familiar with Hellbound, also known as Hellraiser 2, with the BDSM kind of structure they got, I got nothing. I was just full of shit here.
It's a strict monarchy. There's one king and there's no Duke Boos.
I just imagine like a Boo come like, what is Boo pleasure? Like, that's not even a good. It's not even a good pun.
Boo pleasure. Just a pinhead Boo.
What?
All right, so he'll tell us about the Game Boy Horror's secret function. It's a Boo radar. Conveniently, he already developed and put it on there. Deus Ex Machina or whatever, but fine. We'll just keep playing. Alright, so he gives us a new task. Flush out the boos one by one to weaken their power. Apparently the boos are stronger in numbers, which makes them proletariat, and therefore good.
Hey, they must be fans of the show. And good for them.
Someone is. Alright, so our new job here, you might not have noticed it, but it'll become more evident once I enter this room. We're going to go hunt some boos. That's our new goal. So we're going to revisit the areas we were just in. This room should look familiar to everyone who's been watching. As you can see on my Game Boy Horror, you see that little yellow light. That's the boo radar working. What's that doing is telling me how close I am to a boo. So, red, you can see this conspicuous lump here, which, as medical professional will tell you, conspicuous lumps are always bad.
Raised and misshapen.
Raised, misshapen, and hard. Get yourself checked. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and check this lump out. Hopefully we'll find ourselves a boo. Alright, so... Nope, it was a frickin' bomb. So, sometimes the boo radar apparently just detects round objects, and occasionally it'll be a boo ball or a boo bomb instead of, you know, the actual ghost you're hunting, so...
I think it's more of the Game Boy Horror is a IRA sympathizer. And, just pro-bomb.
Yeah, you should go towards that. I think it's more that he gets a shitty scientist and he just didn't develop a ghost radar. It's just like, yeah, it's round, go check it out.
Nazi reject.
So yeah, that's a boo. And we'll walk through their fight in the next one. We're doing this 49 more times. Every time you catch a boo, EGAD will be like, wow, you caught a boo, Luigi, that's impressive, as if you didn't just, you know, have done it previously. But anyways, he'll give you some advice on catching boos, which, again, you've already done. He'll say turning on the lights in the mansion is the fast way to catch them, which, no shit, this guy, again, is your expert. Alright, so I'll ask you to send the boo and all the data you got, which is a not-so-sneaky way of asking you to save your game. We'll go ahead and save here just to get it done.
On a memory card. Look at that.
Yeah. Alright, so that's our first boo. So a lot of the games, you're hunting those guys down. You do not need all 50 to win. You need 45 out of 50, but we're going to try to get 50 because it'll be a secret tool that will help us later. Alright,
Well,
so...
plus,
plus complete.
If
I'm
you
playing the game.
want to see a playthrough of the game,
Yeah.
see as much of it as you can.
So you can see I'm getting pings off these two here. We'll go ahead and check this out.
Oh, yeah.
And you see it was a ball. So again, EGAD, not good scientist. This is why the Nazis lost. Alright,
They're
so,
like, ghost equal round? Nothing else is
nothing
round.
else could possibly be around. The Nazi ghost program did not take off due to this failure. Yeah, so another one, like I said, pretty easy. Boos, just kind of function the same way. One thing about them is when you're sucking up the regular, you know, rank and file ghost and the portrait ghost, there's the vacuum sucks, like there's some pull against it. It's hard to explain if you're not playing, but when you're vacuuming a boo, you don't really, like, it doesn't latch onto your vacuum, so they're kind of tricky if they have higher health. This will become more obvious later on, but just something to keep in mind. They also all have pun names. This is Game Boo Advance. So, you know, if you like puns, I guess. This is
I do. I don't like theirs.
for you. Yeah, but that's 3 down. We're going to revisit the last couple areas here to mop up. Our ultimate goal for now is to get 5 boos to unlock the next area, but we're going to go a little above and beyond and grab 6.
The only time you'll ever see us overachieving.
Otherwise, I'm always a firm achiever. Alright, otherwise we're just going to take a tour down memory lane here. Remember when those happy ghosts were here minding their own business? I sure
They
do.
don't.
They say they don't anymore. They're in portraits now, idiots. This is Taboo, another pun.
But I think what Adam was explaining earlier, you can see the trail, like the suck trail from the vacuum.
Yeah.
Any other rank and file ghost, it'll just kind of auto lock on, more or less, for you. With boos, the second control stick, you kind of have to keep it on them, more or less. That adds just a little extra added flavor of the challenge.
One thing to note too is that boos, while you're trying to suck them up there, they can just straight up leave the room.
They're going to.
Yeah, it's not so bad here in the early couple of stages because these guys have low health, but yeah, eventually they will just pop out of the room. You gotta
It's gonna happen.
down.
I've yet to ever see it not happen.
So Egad here will be like, oh, you found 5 boos. You're actually good at this. Oh, shit. He'll recommend you go to the washroom, which is where pervert Luigi tried to get in earlier. So he recommends you go back there for Luigi.
Yeah, now he has permission.
Yeah, he goes back there
Great.
for Luigi to blow off some steam by being a peeping Tom or whatever he has to do. We're going to grab the last boo here, even though we only need 5. We're going to go ahead and grab 6. Like I said, we're overachievers. That's a bomb. I've never found a good way to distinguish between a bomb or a ball or a boo, like actual in the game. It kind of just, it is what it is. Yeah, just find it. So I've got Boolicious here and now more. Pretty straightforward. We're going to get our communique from Egad. We're going to blow through that. We're going to keep moving. So that's all the booze we can get for now. Then we're going to grab the one from the ballroom and the storage room we were just in earlier. But as far as backtracking to areas we were just in before, we're not going to do that for now. So we're going to go ahead here and...
Oh boy, it's happy.
Yeah, I say we have the one happy Toad you'll see in this game, because I sure shit am not going to make the rest of them happy. Alright, we're going to go back in here, grab those ghosts, or the booze we didn't grab yet. And like I said, there's no good way to find the booze. Just follow the radar and, you know, knock on shit. So, see...
Try your best. Yeah, you can kind of box them in through the wall, kind of, but... Like Adam was doing there, you can see him going to that left corner. You can still kind of keep him from running away, but...
Stick and move, stick and move.
Honestly, it's... Yeah, when they get higher up health, it's just going to happen one more time. And... There's Game Boo Advance, Game Boo.
They had a field day with this one. I always think about that, like, when the localization teams... Because, I mean, this game was made in Japanese, so it's like... Or the instructions for the localization team, hey, we need 50 boo puns in English. That'll make sense.
I'm sure it's not far off
Makes
from
sense
that.
in American English. Because then it's like, okay, did they make 50, like, boo German puns? Canadian? Or French-Canadian puns? Like, you know, it's... there's levels to this shit. You and I
Do
know.
Germans even have puns?
No, they don't have humor.
Yeah, I thought it was a humorless culture.
It is. Alright, so we're going to enter the washroom now forcibly. Oh, look, another fucking crying Toad. Shocker. Again, he's going to be crying. I'll spoil it. He dropped a key down the toilet like a moron. We'll get it for him. Apparently he couldn't open the toilet seat cover himself. And we're going to leave him here alone in the dark to cry. We don't have to come back in here.
Look, the Toad brothers, the only reason they're not rotting in jail forever is because of a technicality. Now they're all weepy. Supposedly,
it's only because of Double Jeopardy they walk free.
Yeah.
You can't be tried for the same crime twice.
It is not remorse. Those are not real tears.
Do not fall for the Toad's crocodile tears. Alright, so we're in here. There is a ghost here. Can't grab her yet. I also find it funny that the mansion has a dedicated fortune teller's room. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
my tour of the Belmont Mansion, I'm trying to remember, they may have had one.
Yeah, that's what the fortune teller hangs out.
No, when you have 150
cheese
fucking
here.
rooms.
We're gonna grab our hunk of cheese and grab our money. Oh. Alright, got that.
Ooh.
Mop up, mop up, mop up. We're gonna be doing big numbers, big money numbers. Alright, so that's that. Nothing more we can do in here for now. This room will become more interesting later. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into the side room here. This mirror room, I think they call it, which, again, I don't know why the mansion needs a dedicated room for this, but I don't build mansions. I do IT. Alright, so just...
This is the first mirror we made with the most lethal amount of mercury.
It's actually just a pool of
commercially
mercury.
commercially allowed. Like,
it's the most mercury first room you could possibly fit. So yeah, we'll mop up here. As you notice, you can't see the ghost in the game. You can only see him in the mirror. Kind of a fun little, what you want to call it, fun little mechanic. But nonetheless, they still die like dogs. We will let them respawn here behind me. Very good, Adam.
have you ever wondered what these guys' story is? Like the ones that
spend their afterlife choking people.
Yeah, I guess maybe they're more just malevolent
Dead perverts, I guess.
spirits. Yeah, but what Luigi's gonna be when he dies?
You can keep struggling, Luigi. This is your ultimate end. You will never know peace.
Toad will not have a corporeal form in the afterlife. They have taken for granted the gifts bestowed upon them by their creator. in this life. They will not. They will not see it in the next.
All right. So first cool thing in this game, we got the fire elemental medal.
Hell yeah!
This allows Luigi to shoot fire. Yeah, there's elementals shit in this game. You didn't think that was coming, did you? It's a ghost hunting game with elemental RPG elements. Mostly kidding. But with this, you can capture fire ghosts and then use it to shoot fire. Pretty sick. So, you know, that'll open up some new opportunities for us, I bet, and exploration and combat opportunities. So we'll go ahead and skip past this boring dialogue where he explains how fire works. Alright, so you see here we got a basket of fire. We're gonna go ahead and see this guy here. I've reduced him to his weakest form out of spite. Anyways, that's a fire ghost. So see, I now have fire. I now possess, you know, flame in my hands. This vacuum also shoots fire. It's just a baffling design choice again. But we're gonna go ahead and capture the boo while we're in here. Hopefully he's in here. Nope, no such luck, but that's alright because, you know, failing's not the enemy, it's giving up.
Boo that.
So we'll go ahead and spawn our boo here. Suck him up, no problem. Pretty easy. Bada bing. Alright. We got our communique from EGAD, which in a modern game, I would have to imagine you could turn these off. You know, that's kind of one of those things to take for granted, is more fine-tuning granular settings in modern games, because there's literally no settings in this game. It's you basically can control your, you know, control style. And
that's your settings.
That's it. You're playing it out else. So yeah, just an aside there. So to get out of this room, you can tell it's still spiked, but we beat all the ghosts. So what do? You see these candles up here? Anytime you see these candles, these red, green, and blue candles, it's usually an indicator that you should be lighting these motherfuckers. So, get those lit. And you see, so we got those lit. Spike trap proceeds. We got some more of these candles out here, so you know what to do now. Get them litty.
We're trying to attract them witchy bitches.
Ugh. Yeah, my moon sign is retrograde or whatever.
What's your rising moon?
Oh no. My waxing and waning moon are very two different answers. You better not fuck it up. Alright, so lighting the candles gave us a key. Still nothing to do in this room, but we will come back later. Alright, so now armed with the power of fire in our hands, we will go forward here.
Now we'll turn to Luigi's insurance fraud.
Yeah, and now we turn to the part where this game gets interesting.
No, honestly, there are open flames everywhere in this house.
Yeah, it hadn't burned down yet. It's not going to do. So this is the laundry room. Clearly, Luigi would never see this as he's part of the bourgeoisie and doesn't do his own laundry.
Yeah, this is where the help belongs.
I got my shit rocked there, not intentionally, but hey, you know what? It happens to the best of us, and I'm not going to kill myself yet about it. So we'll go ahead and suck these bad boys up. Another fun thing to notice is that if you don't feel like sucking the ghost up, you can, you know, I'll show you here in a second. You can cleanse their souls in the, you know, holy light of God's love, as such. Don't ask me how this works, it just does. And look, no more ghosts. So,
we call it the John Brown method.
Yeah, or just God's holy righteous cleansing flame. Again, I don't know why in the ghost hunting game you can set the ghost to flame, but it's very funny to me. So we'll go ahead and clean up here. We got a green treasure chest this time. Green treasure chest, I think this is the first time we've seen one of these. These actually just contain money. So these are usually an optional room, so I didn't have to finish them up. But, you know, because I care about you, the viewer, I did.
And getting that Skrilla.
And getting that fucking Skrilla. I'm getting paid. So we'll go ahead and get our boo knocked out here. Blow his back boo walls out.
I am Boo Dwyer.
Boo Dwyer. In a Boo Dwyer setting. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna get that. Just get past that. It's boring. Alright, so we're mostly done here. One thing we're gonna do is see the laundry machine here. We're gonna pop that open, and hey, it's Mario's hat.
We know that guy.
Mario dropped his hat, so we're gonna grab that and give it back to him, or put it on his grave. Either way, whichever happened. So we're actually gonna not go in here yet, and I'll show you why. I promise I have a reason. I'm not losing it. So cleared that room. We're gonna go back this way, ignoring the nuisance ghost. And down this hallway here, we see some floating candlesticks. By Jove, why are there floating candlesticks? Well, we pop into our camera here. You see there's a ghost. It's a butler ghost. So what we're going to do is get him, light a fire under his ass. He's terrified of fire, which might be how he died now that I think about it.
Oh, no. Yeah, I never thought about that.
To think about. So our man's here is losing his shit over the flame. How's my man supposed to not lose his shit when he's holding a candle? So he'll kind of lose it here. He'll run all over the halls. Kind of do his thing. We're gonna hunt this terrified man down. Now the reason I came in here first is I wanted to get this room prepared, make it easier to go through here. Didn't have to. Alright, he'll come in here to the butler's room. Alright, and he will chill. I don't really know why, but this will give us a chance to,
disturb him on his break.
Yeah. We just terrified him by lighting him on fire, and we're gonna cram him into a vacuum cleaner.
Even in the afterlife, you're working. Like,
yeah, I say, you never really escape the material conditions of your existence. Sorry, man. We will suck those bad boys up, grab our key here, and we're gonna go to a secret room that you guys get for being Pro-Lariat viewers.
And if you go to the Pro-Lariat Patreon page right now, you'll be the first one.
You'll be the first one.
It doesn't exist.
We asked you to make it for us.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that shit. I don't care.
You set it up. Send me the password.
You just...
Used to it.
I don't wanna.
Alright, so capture the boo. You'd think we're done in this room, but we're fucking not. Alright. See this mouse hole here? We're gonna give this mouse hole a scan, and that's gonna trigger a good suck. And we're in secret room number 1. This is not the only secret room. There are many like it, but this one is ours. We're gonna go ahead and pop open these chests here. Some chests contain ghosts, some contain money. I don't remember which ones are which, so we're gonna find out together.
Now that mouse hole, I'm guessing that had to be a like a Prima strategy guide find initially for you.
I actually think I saw it in a speedrunning video once. I didn't know this room existed for a while, so
I think you would have been in this room. Or there's similar ones to it, I suppose.
There is another room like this. Because this one, you 100% do not need this room.
Because looking on the previous screen, there's like no indication anything would be behind that.
Oh yeah, no, I don't really know how you would know about this room. There's a boom in here, so...
Unless you would scan every section of this game with the Game Boy Horror.
And I'm pretty sure this is the only mouse hole that does... I could be wrong, I take that back. But I'm pretty sure it's the only one that does this, so it's not like a common thing. So. Yeah, like I said, there's some stuff in this game where it's like, I don't know how you would know that without a guide, or having previously played this. So me, the spirit guide in this instance. Anyways, once you get all the ghosts out of the room, we turn back on, you know the drill. We'll go ahead and wipe out these last remaining chests for the Skrilla. Alright, we're going to pop this open here. This is going to spawn a whole bunch of money, probably kill my frame rate. Nah, no, thank God. We'll grab these guys over here. Got some various blood jewels we can pick up. Again, love that animation that plays every single time. No way.
Yeah, you lost out on money because of the animation.
Yeah. So we'll spawn a Booam. Alright. And then we'll get us an actual boo. Alright.
Osama Bin Laden.
Gumboo. Osama Boo Osama Boo
Yeah, like, oh my god.
By God, I wanted a bomb.
Why did Japan care about that?
I guess thanks. Alright, so that's all we'll do in this room. We'll go ahead and head back. Making good progress. Got all the booze, got all the money we can. We are killing this round, gentlemen. Alright, so we'll go ahead and move on here. Shoop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop.
Yeah, honestly, this time around, I'm kind of more just annoyed at the hallways. Like,
how much nuisance shit there is.
Yeah, you were just calling them irritants and nuisance earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm just realizing now how much. Love this game. Far from flawless.
Yeah, I mean, it's especially because honestly, at the end, they don't do anything. So except slow you down for the second it takes Luigi to be terrified. So, all right. Next up here we have a Holocaust pianist survivor ghost. She really does look like it. I've thought about it. All right, so this conservatory got some musical instruments
Polish.
here. She really does. It's like she's wearing a sack dress. All right, so you can see here, nothing in here yet, but a bunch of musical instruments. So let's get our jam going on. Luigi will be the inventor of jazz music here.
YouTube, I know the song is copyrighted. Please don't shoot my cats. And then my wife in front of me.
Get on the fucking ground!
It's their own stuff, playing in their own game, so...
Absolutely fucking not. So once you get a jam going, I don't know, Leanne Schwipps here, Melody. She'll be playing the piano, blah, blah, blah. She'll be amazed by how cool it is and how good you are at hitting instruments.
The universal language of music has broken through the physical form and is able to communicate with the other side.
I also want you to know, like, look at her dress. Tell me it's not some Holocaust is.
It looks kind of Victorian.
It actually doesn't work Victorian now. I think in the original game version, it's more like brown sacky dress.
I would hope not. To survive the Holocaust,
Only to just be tormented by an Italian man. So she'll ask you a question based on the piano piece she just played. I forgot what it was.
I think it's always water.
It is always water. Yeah, so it's always either water or Super Mario Bros. 3, and this one is water. Since you get it right, she'll reward you by attacking you. Don't worry.
Yeah, no nudes, but you get it.
Yeah, like the selfish bitch she is, she attacks you instead of rewarding you for being nice to her. So, again, dodge musical sheets, guess her song right, and, banish her to a painless existence. All right.
To a painless non-existence.
Shit, Schrodinger's existence. All right, we'll gather up our
empty,
pearls.
shapeless.
Nope. Maybe? There you are. Alright. Get you, little bitch.
I'm trying to decipher some of these puns. What's Boomio? I don't...
Like, it's just Romeo.
Like Romeo, but
yeah.
with boo? Like,
yeah, I don't think it's always
or
like...
vowels? Like just the O?
No, it's just where there's a something O that can really... Yeah, maybe puns was being generous. Alright, so we're gonna...
The few shitpost ones I've thrown in
are more actual puns than one of the shit. Alright, so we're making good progress here. We're gonna cruise right along, stick and move with these little nonsense ghosts. Keep it moving.
Nuisance ass.
Dodges and bowling shit. Yeah, there's no real benefit to tussling with those guys, unfortunately. So
it's kind of the Zelda effect. You don't have to kill everything.
You don't get XP. No leveling up Luigi in this game.
Yep.
So we'll go ahead and go in here to the next ghost. This is Obese Man. I'll give you one guess of what he died from. It was not natural.
I was wishing I had something.
What's the funniest fat-related disease?
I was trying to think of something more funny that I had on the cuff.
I had some of those.
Something like not being
Bob Marley.
Ah, damn, I had some.
I don't like the food stains on his face. I don't like anything about him. Technically, he's an optional ghost, but due to my horrendous fat phobia, I will be banishing him.
I see a lot of myself in him. I can see your hatred of him.
Whatever do you mean? So we're gonna drain away his call it cake. I always thought it was cake. Which summons the waiter ghost here, which always kind of a pain in the ass to get. I'm never very good at grabbing him right away. But we'll grab him here. Get rid of the waiter ghost, and then we'll go ahead and suck away the rest of his food.
And you just know this guy isn't a good tipper.
Yeah, no, these guys are getting tipped. There's no auto gratuity. There's no 20%. Once his food's gone, he realizes he can't get a refill, like all fat people who go into a rage.
He can say it. I'm fat.
Yeah, so it's fine. I have fat privilege. We'll dodge his fireballs here, which is another technique most effective do have.
Don't give away all our secrets.
I say, I'm giving you valuable strats in your real life on how to deal with DLPs. So we'll go back and forth here. He'll do his thing. Nothing too interesting. Kind of sucks ass. Then he'll have a heart attack because obviously. So then he will desperately try to flail away. However, his hoverall will be out of battery. We will deal with him in short order here. See, I didn't do too good on the grab there. Didn't grab in one go, which is moderately irritating, but again, not the end of the world. Just do a little more stick and move here and go around. Alright, so should be good here. Got him. Alright, like I said, he was an optional ghost, so Bubber's gets paid in experience. Diamond up here, grab the rest of the cash hopefully before it
deal. All run goes away.
Cash, so that, and then we'll go hunt us a boo. Lots of little objects in here to be hidden on, so we'll try to. Ooh, boodacious. That was a fun one.
Yeah. I'll give him that. Yeah. It's a word. Or almost,
Got another one there.
Did you know you saved one? Oh.
And on to the next, and we're in the kitchen. Random golden mouse spawn. That's tight. Doesn't always happen, but there we go. So, worked out pretty well. As you can see, the door is casually on fire, just the door, it's fine. So we will go ahead and press the points here first. Alright. What we'll be doing here is trying to get the refrigerator open without killing Luigi. It's harder than it looks. This way.
You see, refrigerators weren't always not instant death. Back in the 19th century, when they were still transitioning to actual ice boxes and such, they also used to keep in a stick of dynamite.
Deter thieves.
To deter thievery and to ensure a proper harvest. So each time the fridge is open, you're taking a risk. If
You're really throwing the dice on whether you're going to get your shit obliterated. Alright, so as you can see, the door's still on fire, which is a problem as we only have the ability to cause more fire and not do the opposite. Whatever will we do? Well, we're actually going to find the boo first because that's what I want to do. So we'll do that, and then I will show you what we're going to do. We're going to spawn a boo. Hello, booligan. See?
Okay.
We're getting better at the game. There's 50 of these.
You're going to have
space them out.
You're going to have some groaners in there. Yeah.
See, you got away. Okay, so see, what a boo can do is go through the walls there. So, go to my map here. Check the, room directly south of me there, because that's where he popped through. It's not so bad like I said on lower health boos, but eventually we get to the boos that have like 300 health, and it gets real annoying, so we'll go ahead and follow our boo friend here. They usually don't stick in the hallways. This guy did, luckily. We'll see if we can get him here. Probably not. I'll probably go into another room.
One health, too.
Yeah.
That sucks.
This is not my favorite part of the game, is the boos. Luckily, he just went right here, though, and didn't have time to hide. If you don't get into the room they went into fast enough, they will hide again, which isn't a big deal. You just gotta, same strategy, use the radar to hunt down which object they're in.
I'm sure their health doesn't regenerate.
No, it doesn't.
Okay,
No. They never gain their health back, so...
That'd be some bullshit.
Yeah. Eventually, through attrition, you will wear these boos down. Just keep in mind they are dead, so they have eternal time, and you do not. So,
use that as a motivator.
Yeah, use a motivator. They will live forever. You will not. Keep that in mind. So, going back here, church chest we didn't get yet. Tell this is a big boy, something special. We'll pop this open, and this is the water elemental metal. So, much like the fire one we picked up not too long ago, and Egad will call us to explain what water is. Thanks. Anyways, so
when
like
two hydrogens are just fucking going to town on oxygen.
Fucking just
plugging all, just both ends.
We're talking plugged, tagged, and bagged. So we can now control water, much like the god that Luigi apparently is. So now that we control water, we're gonna go ahead and put out this fire. Let the smoke clear. We're in the backyard. All right, dead dog, my favorite. So there's a dead dog here.
If you weren't upset by the dead baby.
Yeah, don't worry. There's more dead innocent things. So we're gonna stick and move the pit bull here for a while. Don't worry, he's friendly.
It's a love bite.
So we're stick and move until the skeleton spawns, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna get rid of that dog." And instead, we get rid of him.
It just seems like a sitcom waiting to happen.
Yeah,
Skeleton
skeleton
ghost living next door to a dog ghost.
That happens when a skeleton ghost and a dog ghost. So he'll drop a ghostly bone. Dog will be into it. Once my controller's a little janky too. Seems like it's dropping. That's alright. Nothing too crazy. He'll just go back to the bone. He'll know happiness for the first time in his afterlife.
Controller tweaking out.
Yeah, a little bit. It's alright. Luckily, we're playing a children's game, so, you know, accuracy is not essential. Anyways, he'll make a horrible dog whining sound. Really don't enjoy this.
And how they recorded it.
Yeah, it makes me not happy. Anyways, worst ghost in the game to pick up, including the baby. Baby deserved it. Don't know what he did. But anyways, we'll take this opportunity to thank our sponsors.
Gerber Life.
Gerber Life Grow Up Plan. Sometimes it doesn't always work out. No.
It's like the lottery, but with poor parenting. I don't know.
Alright, so this is another aspect of the game. This little seed here. Not going to do anything now, but we're going to come back and water this guy throughout the game. Again, secret tool that will help us later. We're going to keep him back and keep this plant watered. It's important. We're going to scan this little sparkly thing here, and that will get us another little portal to the other side. Real quick, before we go any further, we're going to knock a ruby loose here. Alright, this is the graveyard, which, again, has interesting context implications. We're going to go ahead. That's right here. Okay. Knock on this one. This will spawn 3 skelly boys. Not much to do except deal with them like you were accustomed to. Keep in mind these guys will commit bones at you, so do your best to stick and move past that. Good toss, and we got him here. And that's it. Alright, so that will cause the head gravestone here to become sus. We knock on this here. I believe this has the heart. Actually, there's a lot of hearts in this. That's what I was looking for. There we go. So another big heart location in a boss. So if you're dying, hit this thing, spawns a big old heart. Anyways, we're going to go up and touch this, and this will get us to our second chapter boss. Not really sure what it's supposed to be. He's kind of just a general blob ghost. They call him the Ghost of Dread, but whatever.
Kind of looks what they would eventually, at least from what I haven't played any of the Luigi's Mansion sequels, but what limited gameplay I've seen, at least most of them more like this style.
Yeah, I think they try to depersonalize the ghost a little bit. I think it got weird when they're like, age 27, pancaked by...
Yeah.
This ghost had their throat slit, now you have to suck their soul up.
Yeah.
Please, Nintendo. So to beat this guy, he's pretty straightforward. We're going to suck those black shadows up. That'll create a projectile that we can then shoot. Once we have him shot with that, he'll be vulnerable, so that's one cycle. So you have a couple of them here. Just avoid them, nothing too crazy, but try to get one in the of the chamber here. You can kind of see I got one on the end of my vacuum. I'll hold that. We'll just wait for him to respawn here. There he is. Shoot that at him. You can see he's all blobbed up. Didn't get him that time, but that's alright. He's pretty straightforward. He doesn't really have any variations. Ow! Got hit by a shadow from behind, otherwise I would have had him. That's alright. That's really the only danger, just running in. He spawns more shadows as he goes on here. You can see there's 2 big ones now and a couple small ones. It doesn't matter if you suck at the big ones or the small ones to shoot at him. As far as I can tell, it does equally the same thing, so. Get him here. That's a wrap on chapter 2 there. So, go ahead and head back to the main area here, get our key. Egad will recall us, but for now, we'll grab that. Alright.
That was pretty slick.
That wasn't too bad. That's probably the easiest boss. Like I said, not a lot of variation. He's interesting from a design perspective, but in terms of, gameplay or fights, not too hard. So yeah, head back, same procedures before. Permanently seal their souls in oil.
They will not know peace.
They will not know peace. They will not know anything in the afterlife except cold, display in a gallery. So, same procedures before. Y'all know what it is. Throw these bad bitches, including the dog ghosts, into the washing machine. No, you can't skip this, so just watch it happen. Alright, so... Alright, so you can see I got a silver frame on that one. Didn't do the best, but, say a lot.
It was strange, because I felt like it was
pretty... The rest of these, though, looking good so far. Got some gold frames here, going down the track.
I think it's next one silver.
Oh, who is it? Oh, it's this fat boy. Yeah, not surprised. So yeah, silver, still pretty good, not great. Bronze is the worst you can do. Alright. And with that is chapter 2 of Luigi's Mansion wrapped up. We can go ahead and see the fruits of our labor here. You can see, 2 of the silver frames there, otherwise gold, so not too bad. Could have been a little bit better on the boss, but not a whole lot you can do about that. So, 9 goes down, and that's about halfway through the game. I think that's about where we're going to stop this entry in our little saga here.
Yeah.
But that gets about halfway. And coming up next, we'll do chapter 3 and 4, which will get us to the end of the game. We'll make sure to get all those boos and show you more about watering that plant I showed you earlier. But yeah, that's the first.
Maybe we'll get some more superpowers too.
More superpowers. Luigi will grab more powers to the gods through the elements. But yeah, that's the first half of Luigi's Mansion. Thank y'all for watching. Like I said again, if you enjoyed the 4K texture pack, check out Henrico Magnifico's work on Patreon. He does a lot of good work, and
Hell yeah, so Adam's been playing the game. Adam's been doing a lot of the talking. Been fucking leading this like a man. Again, my name is Jonathan. We are the Pro Lariat Gaming, channel or what the fuck we are.
Pro Lariat Gaming Polycule.
Ooh.
The Pro Lariat Polycule.
I love pineapple. Anyway, thank you for watching, folks.
And we'll see you in the next installment.